Hello, hello. Welcome to Beyond ADHD, a physician's perspective. I am Dr. Deanna Mercado Marmarosh. I'm a family medicine physician practicing in rural Texas. I used to be hindered by my ADHD, but I now see it as a gift that helps me show up as the person I was always meant to be, both in my work and in my personal life. In the past 2 years, I've come to realize that unlearning some of my beliefs and some of my habits were just as important as learning the new set of skills. Well, hello, hello. I hope y'all are doing well. It's crazy to believe that we are on episode 52. Yes, it's amazing. A whole year of recording the podcast. Why am I doing this? Well, because I believe that our stories really do matter. A lot of times we don't realize that our self-talk can really affect how we show up and how the rest of our day goes. So I've been listening to a book called The Soundtracks. And it's so interesting. He poses 3 questions, which he says that these 3 questions you can use to really stop your overthinking. He talks about the fact that we all have, some thoughts that are in our mind. And if we really took the time to slow down and ask ourselves these 3 questions, it could paralyze our overthinking. So the 3 questions that he mentions are, is this really true? The next question is this helpful to think about it this way? And then the last question is it kind? So let's go through like a story and figure out what I mean by that. So, most of us always think, oh my God, I don't have enough time. And is that really true? Are you being really realistic with the number of things that are in your to-do list? Are you really choosing to do the things that are a high priority? Or are you not even aware that you're buffering with that because you're on purpose avoiding the other things that maybe would be having more bang for your buck if you did it? So, when we think we don't have enough time, like your brain does not go into like problem solving mode. It just goes into like kind of victim mode, and it gets, all stressed and overwhelmed, and it does not take action and try to find a solution, right? So you got to remember that for it to be true, like 12 people from the court of law kind of say would have to agree that yes, this is true, like, that you're 5'2", or that, you're a female, or that you're a male, like that there would be like no question about the validity or like, the truthfulness of it, right? Okay, so you ask yourself that first question. So I don't have enough time. You tell yours that's maybe not true, right? And then the next question is it helpful to think that I don't have enough time? Is it really helpful to think that? Probably not. Like, again, we just went through this whole exercise that if we're thinking we're not having enough time, we're not going to take the necessary steps to ensure that we do whatever we need to. We're not going to ask people for help. We're not going to, feel accomplished with whatever we did do. And then the last thing is is it is it kind for me to think this way? Maybe you're thinking, I don't have enough time, and because I don't have enough time, that probably makes me like the worst mom in the world, or that makes me like the worst wife in the world, or that makes me the worst daughter in the world. Like, you can have all kinds of thoughts that not having enough time is maybe preventing you from showing up as like the best version of yourself. And because you're not showing up like that, you're thinking that, you're horrible, you're not a good human, or maybe you're thinking you're ashamed that, you have the clothes from all over. And you're like, oh my God, I'm not a good mom. I don't have clothes put away. Like, it's a mess. I'm a mess. Like, is it really kind for you to think that way? Probably not. So it seems silly that those three questions will create such insight. But it's good to ask yourself those questions, because you can really apply them anywhere. Like, is it true that having ADHD means that you're broken? Is it true? Is it really true? Um, is it helpful to think that way? Is it kind to think that way? Probably all three don't really add up, right? But yet our brains sometimes have thoughts that we don't even like question, that we don't even like, wonder where that came from. Like, why am I thinking this way? So like today, during one of our coaching sessions, we had our guest coach, and we were talking about decluttering, which of course that's a part of my program that I totally love, because each member gets three sessions with my declutter coach, and that's so amazing that they're able to then personalize it, whatever they want to get rid of. But anyways, going off on a tangent, one of my clients said, I'm bad. I'm bad. The house is a mess. I actually have to pay somebody to help me, come and organize my house once a month. And I'm bad. I'm bad with that. And so I quickly in the chat put, I'm bad is not true. It's not helpful, and it's not kind. I think, and then I put, I'm badass is true, is helpful, and is kind. Like, I see her as her being badass, that she knows that this is an area that she has decided she wants to invest in, to try to help herself acquire the tools that maybe she's not where she wants to be. But if she keeps thinking that she's bad and therefore she's broken, like, that's not helpful at all, and that's not true. Like, in my eyes, yes, she's badass, that she has gifted herself this opportunity for learning and growing and figuring that there could be a better way. So again, you can quickly see how she then shared that, oh, she was ashamed of all the mess and blah blah blah. And I had to point out too that you're not the mess. The stuff around you is the mess, and you're separate from the mess, just like we are separate from our thoughts and we're separate from our emotions. Like, we learn to deal with them and question them and try them on and see what fits and what doesn't fit. So we have to keep remembering, that our ADHD is a gift, or it could be a curse. Your brain is going to lead you one way or the other based on what you decide. So again, your self-talk really does matter. And at the end of the day, like, your brain doesn't care. Of course, it's programmed to kind of be thinking in the negative, because it's trying to keep us safe. It's been like that for thousands of years. It's, if you're too cool, calm, and collected, I mean, we would have been eaten by the bear, right? So, but using gratitude is a way to hack it. Like, if every day you wake up and you start your day with like three things that you're grateful for, and it doesn't have to be anything crazy. Like, it could be that your kids are still breathing, that you have food on the table, that you still have a job. Like, you could think about anything that you're grateful for, and then you on purpose decide, like, what is your intention for the day? Like, what are two or three things that you want to accomplish at the end of the day, so that you could say that, yes, this was amazing. Or at the end of the day, like, deciding, okay, what went well. So again, how you talk to yourself makes a big difference. If you are always telling yourself you're too slow, you could never change, like, you don't have enough time, you don't have enough money, you're too big, you're too small, you're too whatever, like, anything that we're using against ourselves, it's gonna keep us from being who we are. But anyways, I want to invite you to come to my webinar that I'm going to be having. And on there, I'm going to be talking about how to end procrastination, because we all can end procrastination. We really can. And you're just a few thoughts away from it. And I want to support you in doing this. I want you to understand that being able to be all in on ourselves makes a big difference. So please join me on Saturday, December the 17th from 11 a.m. to noon Central. Go to my webpage, adhd-lifecoach.com, and that way you can sign up for my webinar. But some of you already know my coaching program right now is $3,000. And if you get in it now, you can reserve your spot for 2023, when it's actually going to go up to 4,600. So don't wait. The time is now. The time is now to gift yourself the gift of time, and to start to live and practice medicine in your own terms. Life continues to happen, and growth is really optional. And so you got to decide, if you want a different result than what you've had in the previous years, you really got to decide to do something different. So why not join my community, where you can be 100% fully supported? Come have fun, learn all the tools, all the hacks, and enjoy, what's to come. So like I always say, if you just started listening now, the takeaway point is that there are 3 questions you should always be asking yourself. And those 3 questions are: is it true? Is it helpful? And is it kind? So try that and send me a message. Let me know what are some things you're working on, or what are some things that you would like me to talk about, and we can be in touch. Thank you for spending your time with me. I really believe that time is our most valuable asset. Please subscribe to the podcast, share with your colleagues, and don't forget to check out my website at adhd-lifecoach.com, where you can find out about my upcoming coaching group classes, as well as free master classes and other exciting events that are happening.